Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do some chicken and green beans, and it's basically an Asian type dish. And so right now I'm trying to get the green beans just a little bit cooked. These are fresh green beans. They've been washed, trimmed, and cut into about 1-inch pieces. You can also use frozen as well. Off to the side, you're going to have to put together this little sauce. This is 2 tablespoons of chicken broth, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce, and 1 tablespoon of hoisin sauce. And then in a separate little bowl, you're going to put together 2 tablespoons of chicken broth and a tablespoon of cornstarch. You're going to have that whisked together for your thickening agent. So whatever's left of your chicken broth, and you'll read about that in the, we started about 3/4 of a cup of chicken broth divided, but like I said, you put a couple tablespoons in each one of these smaller bowls, and put the remaining chicken broth in the pan, bring it to a boil, put your green beans in, and we're just going to cook these for about 3 to 4 minutes. They're supposed to be kind of crisp tender. And then we're going to transfer to a bowl. We're going to set those aside. And we're going to get the liquid out of the bowl. And I may just go ahead and pour off the broth too. Just pour it all into a bowl with the green beans. And it just feels like my heat's not high enough. Save that because we're going to cook our chicken as well. And I've got 2 largish, not completely large, but one was a big chicken breast, one was medium big. I went ahead and just cut those into bite-sized pieces, and I've got those set aside as well. So once we get everything prepped and ready, this will probably go pretty quick. And even though we got green beans, we're going to also have some rice just so that I can kind of make it stick to the ribs of my boys so they'll have a little bit of, they're not going to be starving a couple hours later. Alright, we're just going to keep cooking this just for a few more minutes, and then as soon as I get this done, I will be right back with you. Okay, y'all, so I got the green beans, I got the green beans done. I've got them taken out. They are, I don't feel like they're cooked enough, but it's fine. It's fine, y'all. So, 2 tablespoons of oil. I did avocado oil. You can do olive oil. Any kind of oil, it's fine. We're going to get our chicken cooked. I'm going to put a touch of sesame oil in there. Sesame oil is just, it's what makes it taste Asian to me. It's just got this little flavor to it that's really good, and it's really a good thing to add to your Asian meals. So we're going to cook this for about 5 to 7 minutes. I'm going to put some salt on it and some pepper as well. And any kind of Asian seasoning that you have that you want to add, you can add. We have some other seasonings coming up that we're going to use, so just hang in there. Alright. Now, if you want to, as soon as we get this cooked, you're going to add fresh garlic and ginger. I do not have either one of those fresh, so I'm going to add my dry ingredients to this. And then we're going to just keep on cooking. It's really simple. It just seems a little complicated. So you're going to keep cooking this until it's no longer pink. 2 chicken breasts, 1 quite large and 1 more on the medium side. You can also cut them smaller pieces. You can do that as well. So let's turn the heat up just a teeny tiny tad. You don't want it high, you don't want it medium, somewhere below medium. And then make sure your chicken pieces are separated. And I'll be right back with you when we get closer to being done. It's almost there. Okay, y'all. So I'm gonna add green beans back in. Chicken's done. I didn't drain it or anything. Oh, goodness. Okay. I had to move some stuff around. So let's go ahead and stir this. And we're gonna let it sit here for a minute or two. I'm gonna put a lid on it so it can kind of steam those green beans. And then I will be right back. We'll add our next ingredients. Okay, y'all. So we're gonna put in our garlic and ginger. So I'm going to do about a teaspoon and a half or so, not too much. And then the ginger, about the same. Get some of that out of there. I'll stir this up. Ginger, garlic. It's just easier and cheaper to have the dry on hand, dry seasonings and stuff like that than it is the fresh. I never have to worry about going out and making sure I have this or that. I've got it. Okay. And now we're going to add our soy sauce mixture in here. All right. Stir that up. And I'm mixing to start the rice, and we're going to put this over rice. Of course, I'm going to come to you at the end to show you the finished product. Let's go ahead and put our slurry in there. So, cornstarch and chicken broth. And we're going to use that to thicken this up a little bit. And you're probably going to have to keep whisking it as it sits because it'll kind of come to the bottom of the bowl and not be mixed together. So just whisk it really, really good before you put it in here and add it to the dish. And you're basically finished. I'm going to let this sit and cook just for a few more minutes to make sure my green beans are done a little bit more tender than what they are. And I'll be right back with you when you get the rice done so you can see it all together. Okay, see you back here in a few. Okay, y'all, so this is the finished product. I put it on a bed of rice and sprinkled a little bit of green onion on top. And it's full of flavor. You are welcome to put a little soy sauce on it if you want to, some additional soy sauce. But it tastes perfect. And the green beans are a little bit crunchy, and that's the way I like them. So this is the perfect stovetop meal. Chicken and green beans. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to make ground beef Mongolian noodles. And it's just a real easy stovetop recipe. I've already got my linguine noodles cooked. And I need to hurry so that they don't get too soft on me. So you're going to brown 1 pound of ground beef. I went ahead and drained mine. I'm going to add some garlic powder. You can use fresh. I'm going to use powdered. And you can also use fresh ginger. I'm going to use powdered as well. And that's fine. I'm going to put in about 2 teaspoons versus 4 teaspoons on that ginger. And then I'm just going to stir it up. Keep my burner on low. I don't want it to cook too fast. Okay. Now I've got to add my soy sauce, which is going to be half a cup of soy, and I'm using reduced sodium. Half a cup of beef broth. And I'm going to put in 1/4 cup of brown sugar. The recipe says that you could use 1/4, 1/3, or 1/2. I'm using 1/4 because I just don't want it overly sweet. A hint of sweetness is fine, but I don't want it too much. Some of us are watching our sugar, so a little bit of sweetness is fine, but not too much. Okay, you can definitely do what's best for you. I'm also going to put in my hoisin sauce, which in my opinion is like an Asian barbecue sauce. I'm going to need 4 tablespoons of that. So I'm going to go ahead and just add it. Okay. And we're going to put in some black pepper. Quite a bit of black pepper, actually. I think it's odd that it calls for it, but I think one time before I've done another Asian meal and had a lot of black pepper. All right, I'm just going to stop there and then let everybody add what they want. Okay. Now I'm taking a look, make sure I got everything. Okay, so I can't talk. Red pepper flakes, you can add some of those, but I'm going to leave those out. That is optional. And now I'm going to take a tablespoon of cornstarch and 2 tablespoons of water and make a slurry so that we can thicken this up just a little bit. Just a little bit too liquidy. One tablespoon of cornstarch and a couple tablespoons of water. All right. Now we're going to turn the heat up because I want this to thicken. We're going to bring this to a boil. And then as soon as it's brought to a boil, I'm going to add the linguine noodles. And I believe that is it. I did cut up some green onions for this. And I'm going to put those on the top of it once it's complete. So I'll be back here in just a few. We're going to bring this to a boil. I'm going to drain those noodles. And then you can watch me add everything together. I'll see you back here in a few. Alright, y'all, so it's starting to thicken up. And it's bubbling. So I want to go ahead and add my drained noodles now. You do not have to use linguine. You could use spaghetti. I wouldn't use angel hair. I would just use regular spaghetti. And this is 16-ounce box of linguine noodles. I would just went ahead and cooked them all. I'm just going to put them all in here. You're only supposed to use 10, was it, I think? I'm just going to use all of it. And I'm going to try to get this last noodle out of here. There we go. Alright, so we need to stir all these in. So it's a nice way to have Asian that's not rice and it's not stir fry. It's a different way, and that's what I like about it. Whenever I go to an Asian restaurant, I always eat lo mein anyway, so I just like that better. Ooh, it's making a mess, but don't I always make a mess? Okay, so you're just gonna let it kind of sit here together and hang out a little bit and kind of soak up the sauce. You're wanting it to do that to where your noodles just have like this little bit of a thin glaze over them, and it's best to go ahead and serve it. So while it's still hot. But that's it, y'all. And I'm going to use some of these green onions as a garnish. And that's all. I'm just going to let it sit here and hang out until I'm ready to serve, which should be here in a few minutes. Okay, make sure you like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.